church and screamed that she had kidnapped your mother.
I have the police report here, and he got a misdemeanor for lying to the police.
And a surprise from another brother.
What do you want to say?
I just want to point out the character of this man.
You don't have to point it out. I got it.
Judge Judy.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. This is Judge Judy.
Daniel Balianu is suing his sister, Marcella Roseberry, for slander, defamation of character, false accusations, and a false restraining order.
Order. All rise. It's case number 132 on the calendar in the matter of Balianu versus Roseberry.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Mr. Balianu, this is your sister, and you're all fighting over your mother. How old is your mother?
She's 73.
And how long has she been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease?
I forgot what date, but it was recent.
Who does your mother live with?
She lives alone right now.
You're suing your sister for damages for slander, defamation of character, and filing a false restraining, and your mother. Let's start first things first. Slander. You want to tell me how your sister slandered you?
Your Honor, initially opening up a public record in a court of law that I abused my mother, and there was the judge found that there's no evidence.
Just a second. The court case that you're talking about that involved the slander, is that the same court case for the restraining order?
That's one of the issues, yes.
So that the slander is part of the filing false restraining order?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that I don't have to hear anything other than let me see what your sister filed in an attempt to get a restraining order.
Yes, Your Honor.
These are a lot of papers here. Money owed for slander, which is part of the filing of a restraining order, which I'm going to look at. Your mother would be really happy everybody's fighting. What is your mother's name?
Eva Balianu.
She filed this restraining order.
That is not correct, Your Honor. It was falsely filed by Marcella impersonating my mother. And to correct the record that you said, Your Honor, the restraining order was not on Marcella's behalf.
Just a second.
It was only my mother.
That's not slander. This says the reason the request for a restraining order was made because it says my son, without my permission, he told my other son, Gabe, that he still wants money from me that was given to me by the court for the sale of the house. I want to go home to my apartment, but I am afraid he is there because he has been mentally and physically abusive to me.
May I, Your Honor?
Yes.
So those statements are completely false, and I have the evidence to prove that those statements that were made there are completely false.
What difference does that make? Your mother signed this.
Right. My mother, having the Alzheimer's way back before
Your
she said...
mother signed this.
That's not my mother's handwriting, and she did not agree to that statement in court in testimony, Your Honor, and I apologize. I don't...
Just a second.
Yes.
If what you're saying is you have statement under oath by your mother in a court proceeding that she did not sign this document, I'd be more than happy to see it. Show me.
In page 45 and 46 in the transcript, it's...
Don't tell me what it says. Show it to me.
45 and 46.
That's ridiculous. It doesn't say that you didn't sign this at all. What the court, you want Daniel to be able to visit with you, come to see you. Like I told you, if you're going to make the decision and protection for me, that's what she says. She never says she didn't sign this. Daniel.
Yes.
She never said she didn't sign it. That's your mother. Has nothing really to do with your sister anyway.
Your Honor, I apologize. The statement that was made, supposedly made by my mother, was proven by what you just read, that she wants to visit with me and not afraid of me.
Give this back. That's not what it says at all, sir. What I'm telling you is your mother did not say unequivocally she didn't want to visit with you. She said, if you can protect me, I want to visit with him. That's what she said. So let's get to your next cause of action, Daniel, and don't waste any more of my time.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Defamation of character. Is the defamation of character related to the filing of these documents.
Yes, and additional.
What is the additional document?
In public, social media, she had defamed me and said that I abused my mother when that never happened.
I'd like to see it. Who's J.H.?
Brother.
Your Honor, it's a group conversation that she was involved in it. If you read the whole thing.
I'm not reading the whole thing. It says, Steve, you can't take care of yourself. You and Danny, this is to Steve, will be held accountable. You will be put in jail and the family won't miss you. Why? Because you two have done nothing but cause us heartache and trouble. You need to get sober. You need to take responsibility for yourself and your actions. Long, short of the story, grow up and be a man. Don't contact me again because I'm going to get a lawyer and make sure that you and Danny stop making a joke of the law once and for all and be held accountable. That is not slander. They can say exactly what they think. You don't want to have a conversation with them. Don't have a conversation with them.
Your Honor, it was a group text message would defame me.
Do you want them to only say nice things about you in a group chat? Perfect. Now we're done with your case. Now, you have a counterclaim.
Yes, I
and
do.
It says that your brother filed a false claim against you to Protective Services.
Yes, he did.
I'd like to see the claim. What kind of work do you do, Mr. Ballinu?
I'm an IT professional, Your Honor.
When you and your mother bought a house several years ago, how much was the house?
About $182,500 when we bought it.
$182,500.
Yes, Your Honor.
In what year?
1996.
Who lived in the house?
My dad. We bought it together. We're on. Yes.
I'm asking questions.
Okay.
When was the house sold?
December 2008.
How much was it sold for?
$350,000.
So it was $350,000 in profit.
No, Your Honor. By the time everything was done, we ended up with $100,000.
Had somebody taken out second loans on the house?
We refinanced.
That's either a yes or a no.
I refinanced the house, yes, Your Honor. And I did have some cash to fix the house up. Correct.
You refinanced the house. In what year did you refinance the house?
I believe it was sometime in 2003.
How much did you get?
Roughly around $30,000.
What did you do with the money?
I spent it on fixing the house.
In 2008, in whose name was the house?
Mine, alone.
How did that happen?
My mother and my dad signed a quitclaim deed. They were scared off by their church that the government was going to take the house away. My dad passed away.
Careful. Listen to me. Your mother and father signed a quitclaim deed so that the house was solely yours in 2000 and what?
The quitclaim deed was signed on June 6, 2000, Your Honor. I apologize for the date. And then they also gave me a power of attorney the 26th of May, 1998.
Who had put in the money when the house was...
Mother.
How much money did your mother put in?
About $14,000.
How much money did you put in?
Over $25,000.
Did someone have to direct what percentage of the sale of the house your mother got?
Only I.
Is that correct?
No.
Now you can speak. You're a sibling, I assume?
Yes, I'm a sibling.
Who directed that your mother get money?
He had an attorney. My mom and my sister had an attorney because they were also on the house.
And how much was it directed that your brother give of the sale of the house to your mother and sister?
None, because it was the attorneys that gave the money. My mom received 42%. He received the other 58%. He did not give her one dime.
Well, your mother got 42%.
Yes.
Of the sale of the house.
Of the sale of the house.
Which at that time was $300,000 and some odd thousand.
Yes.
So your mother got maybe $180,000.
Whatever the math is, yes.
Has she been living off of that money?
Yes. Well, it's been a few years, so I'm not sure if she has it all left or...
She had to pay...
She lives independently at home.
Yes.
What kind of a residence does she live in?
It's a senior living facility.
Who takes care of the finances?
I do.
What's the monthly maintenance in that?
She pays, she's on housing, so her share is $232.
Means that she had to have dissipated all of her funds in order for her to get money. I'm just putting the family together so that I understand that. Did your mother give any of the children money of this $180,000? Look at me. Did your mother give you any part of the $180,000?
She did give me some money, yes.
How much money did she give you?
She gave me
Look at me. Don't look over there. Look
She
here.
gave me a few thousand,
What's a few?
like 5,000,
When?
when I bought my house. But we're paying her back. So
Did she give you any money?
Not a dime.
You?
Well, she gave both of us for the house, yes.
How much did she give you? She's allowed to give you money.
yeah, she gave me money.
She's
for the
allowed to
house.
give you money. I'm just trying to get what's going on.
Yeah, she
How
gave
much
me money.
did she give you?
She gave me like 5,000 to put down on my house.
And then,
Sometimes she gave me money here and there.
right.
But, yeah.
Did she ever give you any money?
Not a dime.
Did you know that your mother had given your sister money?
Yeah,
Just want to know. I'm just figuring it out.
understandably.
You got it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Stay away from your sister. Sister. Don't go to her church. Don't go to her place of business. Stay away from her.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Daniel Balianu says his sister, Marcella Roseberry, slandered and defamed him when she accused him of abusing their mother. Marcella is countersuing for a false claim to Adult Protective Services.
I didn't see Adult Services complaint.
He reported me to APS, and I had to get investigated.
So what? If your brother is saying, my sister is in charge of my mother's finances, and she's in charge of things, she takes care of things, and I know that my sister never had any money, and all of a sudden my sister is buying a house, I think that my sister may be taking advantage of my mother. Investigated. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and nothing was
wrong
found.
with that. That's okay. You don't have to find something bad every time you look, but you're allowed to make a complaint unless it's made maliciously and without any basis in fact. I just found basis in fact, and I hardly know you people, that your mother, who you say has Alzheimer's and dementia, gave you money to buy a house.
Yeah.
And gives you money here and there. And if she gives you money here and there, some people might say, listen, that's a little elder abuse. Listen, your mother would be so miserable to know that her children ended up fighting in court. What do you want to say?
I just want to point out the character of this man.
I know it. You don't have to point it out.
Okay.
You don't have to point it out. I got it.
I appreciate that.
I got the whole picture. Okay?
Your Honor, he even reported me for kidnapping my mom because I moved her from Anaheim to, I have the police report here, and he got a misdemeanor for lying to the police on here.
I know who he is. You're suing him for making a false report to Adult Protective Services. That's what you claim.
Yeah, and the kidnapping one.
That's what you claim.
May I-
Let me see. You say he called Adult Protective Services and claimed that I had kidnapped and neglected my mother. The claims were proven false and unfounded.
Yes.
On February 10th, he stormed into my church in the middle of church services and charged me, screaming that I owed him money and that I kidnapped my mother in front of 200 people. Did you go to her church?
Your Honor, I
That's
went
either
to
a
go
yes
look
or
after
no.
my mother, initially to set time with the court to visit my mother. My mother and I made a phone conversation that, yes, we're going to meet at this time. My mom was not found at her house. They took her away specifically for me not to visit with her. The court ordered that I could visit on the certain days, and only certain days. My mother told me that she was going
Did
to
you
the
go
church.
to the church?
Yes, I did, and looking for my mother.
Looking for your mother doesn't mean
yes,
that...
Your Honor.
Looking for your mother means going with a police officer and saying, let's go and see if she's at church. Maybe she's in church. Going to a church and screaming in front of 200 people at her is not looking for your mother. Did you go in to your sister's church and in front of 200 people scream that she had kidnapped your mother?
It was after church when everybody was talking in the church.
Your Honor, I actually
Yes.
have audio of that. We were...
I'd like to hear it.
Okay.
You testify constantly in the court of law, and I'm the guy that got defended. And I'm going to see my mother. I need to
That was it.
Did you request a...
I didn't put all my evidence together, so
So the answer is
I requested it for myself, yeah.
But then it was dismissed.
I didn't know that I could extend it because I had a court date with him on that day because he filed a restraining order on me, and it was dismissed because he
Mr. Valino, stay away from your
false.
sister. Stay away from your sister.
Your
Did
Honor,
you hear
may I
that?
explain?
No. Stay away from your sister. Don't go to her church. Don't go to her place of business. Stay away from her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
This woman stole money from my mother, and she abuses my mother. She took that money from her, $50,000 that I gave her. She lied to the government.
Are you finished?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Daniel Balianu claims his sister, Marcella Roseberry, falsely accused him of abusing their mother.
Now you've been warned. Now she has a tape that you've been warned to stay away from her. If you do not stay away from her, she's going to get a protective order, and you're going to violate it because that's part of your nature, and you'll find yourself in jail. Stay away from her.
Your Honor, I'm here to plead my case to you, and I would love for you to hear me.
We're done.
We're
done.
My sister stole 50.
Just a second.
And I apologize, Your Honor.
Hey, listen to me. I want you to understand something. How old are you?
I'm 52 years old.
Shut up.
And this woman stole money from my mother. And she abuses my mother, and she took that money from her, $50,000 that I gave her. Your Honor, this woman is a thief, and she had put my mom in a home where government pays subsidies, and this woman took that money. It wasn't given to her. She lied to the government, including my to put my mother in a place like that.
Are you finished?
Your Honor,
listen to me.
My mother loves me, Your Honor. My mother loves me, and she takes, and I can take care of her. I took care of her.
I can't help you. If what you are seeking is to be declared the guardian of your mother, you can listen to what I'm saying to you carefully. If what you are seeking is to be declared, don't speak again, ever, here. If what you believe appropriately for your mother would be for you to be her guardian, her caretaker, there is a family court where you can be declared the guardian of someone who is incompetent. Your mother can give away any amount of money that she wants, and she doesn't necessarily just, I told you, I don't want to hear you.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Close you in a family dispute? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Now, I'm finished. Your mother can give away any amount of money that she wants, and the money that your mother, if it's true, gave to your sister or your sister took from her is none of your business unless you are your mother's quiet guardian or you're the executor of her estate. It's not your job. And if you want to see your mother, and if you believe that you are being deprived of the ability to see your mother in spite of a court order, file for a violation of that court order. I'm not listening to anything more about money, which is always the root of everything. Follow the money, not the welfare of the person. Follow the money. What riles you is the money that your sister stole from my mother, not your business.
Your Honor, I have to speak.
You didn't hear what I said to you.
She
I'm not
stole
listening
money
to
from
you
my
anymore.
mom, and it didn't hit her bank account, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
When did you start taking care of him?
14 months ago.
If you can't remember when you started to work, I wouldn't let you take care of a goldfish.
Judge Judy.
I knew the judge would see right through him because it's not true.
That money never hit my mom's bank account.
The court gave her the money. He never gave her any money, and nobody stole $50,000 from her.
They're not allowing our family to be together because of hatred for me.
This is not right. My mom is too sick for this.
I will fight them in court until the truth comes out.
You paid Mr. Shaw $1,500 for a truck.
Her boyfriend broke his promise.
So what are you suing him for?
For stealing the truck after I paid for all of it.
But not before breaking his vows.
Me and my wife were separating. Me and the plaintiff were dealing with each other at the time.
Not dealing with each other. You were dating her at the time. I don't like you. Don't drink water now. I'm speaking.
Judge Judy.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. This is Judge Judy.
Jessica Turner and her mother, Tammy, are suing Jessica's ex-boyfriend, James Shaw, for a truck repair.
All rise. It's case number 9 on the calendar in the matter of Turner versus Shaw.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Miss Turner, this is your mom. Is that right?
Yes.
And she's only here because she loaned you some money to fix this truck. Is that right?
Yes.
You can have a seat. It is your claim that you paid Mr. Shaw, who was your sort of boyfriend at the time, $1,500 for a truck.
Yes.
To purchase. Then the truck broke down, and in order to have it fixed, your mom lent you another almost $1,000 to have it fixed.
Correct.
Then Mr. Shaw decided, according to you, to go back to his wife, and he took back the truck.
Yes.
So you want your money back. Now, Mr. Shaw, is this the wife?
Yes, Your Honor.
In whose name was this truck registered?
This was registered under Marion.
Who is that?
That's my father.
Where is he?
He's not here
Why was the truck registered in your father's name?
because it's my father's truck.
Had you been using your father's truck?
Yes.
Had you and your wife been using your father's truck?
Yes.
For how long?
For about 5 months.
Tell me the circumstances that you and your wife were using your father's truck for 5 months.
As of now, up to date, it's been 5 months. But prior to the situation, we weren't.
You and the plaintiff were using the truck.
Yes, ma'am.
For how long?
A week at most. I was moving some...
Shut up! Prior to the week that you were using the truck with the plaintiff, who was using the truck?
No one.
Where was it?
It was at his house.
So how did it come about that your father let you have the truck to use with the plaintiff for a week and then let you and your wife use the truck for 5 months?
During the process... Okay, during the process of the situation, me and my wife...
That's a whole lot of words.
Okay, me and my wife were separating.
I got it.
Me and the plaintiff were dealing with each other at the time.
Not dealing with each other. You were dating her at the time.
We were intimate, dealing with each other at the
Yes.
time. So I needed to use the truck because I have epilepsy. I cannot drive. So I asked her to drive because she has a valid license and the truck was going to be insured. So she assured me during our relationship that she was going to take care of the truck, and my dad gave her... Okay. You wanted to know.
Is what you're saying your father gave permission to the plaintiff to drive his truck? Just follow my question.
Yes, ma'am.
That your father, who I will call,
Okay.
gave permission to the plaintiff to drive the truck for about a week because you didn't have a driver's license. Is that what you're saying to me?
What I'm saying is You asked.
That's either... Just a minute.
No, not what I'm saying.
And I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Shaw. How did it come about that you and the plaintiff were using your father's car since you couldn't drive? So the car had to be turned over to someone who could drive.
Exactly.
Who did that?
My father gave her permission.
But then the answer is your father gave her permission.
Not because I didn't have a license, because I'm medically inclined.
So your father gave her permission to drive his truck. What's your father's phone number? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
That your father personally gave the plaintiff permission to drive his truck?
You want the number? I'm going to give it to you.
No, that's what
Yes.
I'm asking you.
Yes.
Ms. Turner, is that correct?
No.
Did you ever have a personal conversation with the defendant's father?
When we went up there to buy the truck, yes.
When did you have a personal conversation with the defendant's father?
March 2nd.
Tell me the circumstances.
In person, we went up there so that James, my brother, and my brother's girlfriend and I had gone up there so that I could purchase the vehicle.
Just a second. You, your brother,
Yes.
his girlfriend,
Yes.
and Mr. Shaw
Yes.
went to his father's house.
Yes. We.
And spoke to his father.
Yes.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding you speaking to his father.
His father knew that.
Don't tell me what his father knew.
We were coming up there to buy the truck for $1,500.
You met his father there. Very, very easy.
Yes.
You met his father there. The truck, according to you, was under some snow and had to be dug out.
About 4 feet.
Just a second, and had to be dug out from under the snow. You spoke to the defendant's father. It was at the defendant's father's house, correct?
It was at his Aunt Dorothy's, from what I understand. We met his father at an apartment building somewhere else and followed him to the place in St. Paul where the truck was stored.
Okay, so you met his father
Yes.
at an apartment complex. His father said, follow me, I'll take you to where the truck is.
Yes.
So his father took you to where the truck was. And then?
They dug it out, got it started.
Who dug it out?
James and his father.
And then?
That ended up having a flat tire need to be fixed. He had called his brother to come help.
Did you call your brother?
I called my brother every day.
Good. Did you call your brother to come fix the flat tire on the truck?
No.
Your brother never came?
No.
I have messages between me and his brother where
What's his brother's name?
Richard.
So his brother came and helped fix the tire, and then?
And then I counted out the $1,500 bills and handed them to his father to count.
Handed them to his father?
Yep.
Yes.
Because I was under...
No. I don't care what you were under. You handed the $1,500 to his father.
Yes.
And?
Because I was buying the truck from them. His brother witnessed it. He took the money.
You handed the money to his father?
Yes.
So what are you suing him for?
For stealing the truck after I paid for all of it, since the truck is still with them.
No, Miss Turner, you're suing the wrong person. You should be suing his father.
Well, I'm suing the person who has the property.
No, you have to sue
because he has the property that is worth $2,700.
No, Miss Turner, you have to sue the person who you gave the $1,500 to, who didn't give you title to the car. He can't give you title to the car. He doesn't own the car.
Well, we have police records where we both take the truck to the police officers, and he tells them
Stop singing. Miss Turner, you have to stop singing. You have to talk. I'm telling you, if you paid $1,500 to his father has to give you...
They gave me a receipt of sale.
Listen to me. I can't give you an order to go and get the truck because his father isn't there. If his father was there, which you should actually have sued them, you could sue them both if you're not sure. I can order his father, because he got $1,500 to sign the title over to you, but I can't give you an order that you can take to a marshal and get a car from him that's in somebody else's name. Do you understand?
No.
Yes,
no.
Your Honor.
She don't.
Well, I've just explained it, and she does understand now. I can't give you an order to take to your local authorities that say, I have ruled in this binding arbitration that she is the rightful owner of this car. I can't do that because he's not the owner. He, of necessity, unless he stole the car from his father, must be operating the car with his father's permission. Now, his father really shouldn't give him permission if you gave his father $1,500 and if that was for the sale of the car.
Yes, and his father refused to come here.
Well, that's not my problem.
And I have all the proof where I paid.
I can't help you if his father refused to come here. Did you serve him in small claims court?
Yes.
And?
And as far as I know, I never heard anything back.
He is the proper defendant because he owns the car, and you understand that.
Okay, and what about for fixing it after the fact and then he stole it? I have all the receipts for that.
You have to sue his father.
Okay.
Because if you sue his father and a judge gives you an order that says it's your car, this is a stranger to that process, then you can execute on that judgment and go and get the car. But I can't give you the car because his father's not here. His father has a right to say, I never got $1,500 from her.
My father...
I didn't ask you anything.
I know.
I don't like you.
That's good.
I don't like you.
That's great.
Because if we're speaking morally, what you should do is, if she in fact paid your father $1,500 for the truck or anything, if she paid him, then a moral person would say to his father, if he were a moral person, the right thing for you to do, Dad, is to sign the title over to Miss Turner because she paid for it. So I want you to understand, it's not that I don't believe that she paid. Don't drink water now, I'm speaking.
I'm listening.
Don't drink water now, I'm speaking.
Judge Judy continues.
What does an up mean? Hey, just a second.
Okay.
Is an up mean, and I want you to know, I'm really smart.
I know.
Are you telling me that she didn't give your father money?
And later today,
I'd like to see where this went, this transfer of $5,000.
Well, originally I transferred it to the checking account so that he could withdraw it and take it.
I want to see that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Maybe say it again.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Jessica Turner says ex-boyfriend James Shaw is driving a truck she paid for. James is countersuing for destruction of property.
So the right and the moral thing to do, if you were a right and moral person, would be to say to your father, I'm giving her the truck, and you can go and sue her for the truck if you want.
Okay.
Or, Dad, do the right thing. Sign the title over to her because she paid for it. Not for you and your wife to drive around in it. What does an up mean? What does an up mean? Just a second.
Okay.
Is an up mean, and I want you to know, I'm really smart.
I know.
Are you telling me that she didn't give your father money?
I'm definitely telling you she didn't give my father money. What the means, I would have that passion as well if it was true. But unfortunately, it's not. And the water was because I was thirsty of listening to the she was trying to feed you.
Just a second. Is what you're telling me she didn't give your father any money?
Nothing.
Fine. Show me proof that you paid $1,500. Tell me where you took the money out, where you took it out of the bank. Just show it to me.
There's a big statement where I took $2,700.
Here's the sheet of paper that he gave you.
That's the receipt of sale. They told me it was a bill of sale.
Bill of sale, but it's not.
The bill of sale of the forgery that she tried? The forging of the bill of sale. You might want to look at that, Your Honor. Who signed over a bill of sale with a purple
His
pen?
messages where he
Just a
states
second.
he did not play me about his dad's truck.
Hold it. What is this?
That's what they gave her, Your Honor.
Gloria? Who's Gloria?
That's my ex-mother-in-law.
Gloria is your ex-mother-in-law?
Yeah, my ex-mother-in-law.
So it's a prior wife?
Yeah.
Just tell me, on what date do you claim you gave him this money?
March 2nd.
Okay, why don't you go back and sue the right person? Got it?
Okay.
Thank you. We're done.
Your Honor, hold up.
And at the time she does that, then you can file.
That's great.
And you can file your counterclaim. We're done. Goodbye.
I have a counterclaim,
I said to you, did you just hear me? You
No.
put on your listening ears.
No.
I said to you when she files her complaint.
Oh, I want to sue her now for...
I said,
Yeah.
I'm dismissing this case, the entire case, without prejudice, for her to sue the appropriate person. If you want to sue her, you can. Goodbye. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I knew he was married. They had restraining orders on each other and were legally separated.
It's my wife. Of course it's going to change. You know what I mean? Who's going to step out on 26 years?
And was working on a divorce, but obviously not.
She burned some of my stuff, at least, what, $1,100 worth of stuff.
He went back to his wife, and he wants the vehicle.
She didn't make it too far with this whole suing thing because, you know what I mean, it didn't work out for her.
See him in court.
And now, the next case.
All parties in the matter of Flores versus Long. Step forward.
Anthony and Andrea Flores are suing boat mechanic Michael Long for the return of a deposit, repairs, and property damage.
Mr. and Mrs. Flores, on what date did you bring a boat that needed repair to Mr. Long to repair?
I don't have the exact date. It was at the end of October.
The end of October of what year?
2017.
2017?
Yes.
And when you brought the boat to Mr. Long, according to you, you gave him $5,000 as a deposit to fix the boat.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'd like to see proof of that. I'd like to see where this went, this transfer of $5,000.
Well, originally I transferred it like internally to the checking account so that he could withdraw it and take it.
I took cash to Mr. Lane.
I want to see that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Maybe say it again.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Then you have another withdrawal transfer on October 24th.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Well, I mean, the other withdrawal could be, we took a loan out for the boat. So, I mean, it could have been just transferring it to savings, to checking.
Not happy.
I'm sorry.
Not happy.
cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Anthony and Andrea Flores are suing boat mechanic Michael Long for the return of a deposit, repairs, and property damage.
Right now, all I have is that a withdrawal customer on October 7th, not the end of October, but on October 7th, $5,000. And then on the 24th, I have transfer to share 0060 else. And you didn't know Mr. Long. He was referred to you to do this work, is that correct?
Yes.
If you sent it to a checking account, then I would write a check for $5,000 to Mr. Long if you were giving him a deposit. Because do you know why? Because I'm not crazy. And it doesn't look to me like you're crazy either.
No.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So, unless you can show me that you withdrew $5,000 in cash and that he deposited $5,000 in cash on or about the same day, we're done here. Do you understand?
I can show you the withdrawal. I can't show you what he did with it.
Show me the withdrawal.
All right.
And explain to me why you gave him cash instead of writing a check. Do that explanation for me.
I gave him cash because that's what he asked for.
A lot of people would ask for it.
So there's a transfer. I think if I could look at that piece of paper, I can just show you just where it's just a withdrawal as opposed to a transfer or into a checking or into a savings. So where it's highlighted, withdrawal, see you home, transfer, so it was transferred. And then right up above it, the same date, it says 10/7 withdrawal. So that's where it was just a cash withdrawal.
Is what you're telling me you withdrew $5,000 that you didn't give him for weeks? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
I'm not buying that.
Well, I feel like
just not-
I feel like he was off on the date of it. October 7th is the day that we took the $5,000 out. It was a Saturday, which would have been a day where Tony would have been able to drop the boat off to Mike.
Then you have another withdrawal transfer on October 24th.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
Well, I mean, you were asking for where I withdrew the money cash.
What I'm asking you is, you have two withdrawals in the same month for $5,000.
The other withdrawal could be, we took a loan out for the boat loan. So, I mean, it could have been just transferring it to savings, to checking.
Not happy.
I'm sorry.
Not happy.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
It just doesn't feel right to me that somebody has a checking account and they transfer money to the checking account, which is what you told me before, that you transfer money from your savings to your checking.
To make it easy for Tony to get it all out at one time, yeah.
Right. And instead of writing a check to this stranger who he doesn't know, takes out $5,000 and gives it to him in cash, according to him, at the end of October. Doesn't make sense to me. But since I'm not sure,
okay,
I'm going to dismiss your case without prejudice. You can go back to the local court where you came from and see if you can convince a judge that all of that is accurate. Thank you.
Is our excuse? You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I had a boat worked on that didn't get worked on.
Yeah, it was blown up, and I did do work on it.
I went to go get it, and just the motor was taken out of it.
And I stored it for a year.
There were parts missing. I had to buy new parts.
And eventually, I pulled the plug on the boat, on the job.
Had a new mechanic put it all back together.
Ready to put it behind me, see where it goes.
It's ready to go on the water.
Did she build a website for you?
No, ma'am. Yes, I did. She's lying.
A web designer and client weren't clicking.
It was not published on the internet, period, in
yes,
discussion.
It was published on the internet. You just needed a password.
You're fighting with each other. I'm going to throw you both out.
And it's not her first reboot.
Did you have another developer prior to hiring
Judge Judy?
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. This is Judge Judy.
Real estate broker Constance Kelly is suing graphic designer Eleanor Phillips for a refund for a business website.
Order. All rise.
It's case number 102 on the calendar in the matter of Kelly versus Phillips.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Ms. Kelly, you hired the defendant to do a website for you. You are a real estate broker. When did you get your license?
I was licensed in 2016.
And did you work for someone else?
I was at another brokerage, yes, before I got my own broker's license and launched my own company.
Which was when?
I launched my brokerage in August of 2018.
And what's the name of that company?
CKRE Idaho.
Bert, do you have an iPad or some device there?
Yeah.
What's the website?
It's CKREIdaho.com.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like to look at it. Okay, and when did this website go up?
That website went up about a month ago.
Prior to that, did you have a web? You hire the defendant to build a website for you?
The beginning of January.
Of 2019. How much was she charging you to build that website?
$3,600.
And you gave her a deposit?
Yes, ma'am.
Of $1,800?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's what you want back?
Correct.
Did she build a website for you?
No, ma'am.
Did you build a website for her?
Yes, I did.
Can you show me what you did?
Yes, I can. These were all the pages before the website was taken down. There is some content that is not exactly finished in there because it was not completed.
Would you take a look and tell me if this is a fair and accurate representation of the work that the defendant did and that was up?
So, Your Honor, these are what we call mock-ups. This was never published to my website.
That is wrong.
Just a second. Is what you're telling me that those were never on the internet?
No, ma'am.
That those pages you never used?
Correct.
Okay.
She's lying.
Where did you get those from?
The internet.
When?
I believe that was the day that our dispute happened, which was February 7th.
Now, the dispute occurred because the website was not built so that it could accommodate MLS capability now.
I haven't...
That's either a yes or a no.
No.
And the website is up because he just found it.
It's a placeholder while the new website is being developed.
And you do understand that there is now a fee for using MLS services?
No, not for me. Because I'm not a vendor. I don't provide that as a web developer.
Is what you're telling, because this is all about the MLS and whether or not you get your deposit back. So far, she did work. I see she did work, and I don't believe you that it wasn't up on the internet, by the way. I don't believe that. I believe that that's where she got the pictures from.
It was not on the internet, Judge Judy.
Yes, it was, and I even have an email where I sent her her username and password so she could view.
May I see it?
Yes. It's right here. It wasn't ready to be viewed publicly.
She just said the key words, Your Honor. It wasn't ready to be viewed publicly. It was not published on the internet, period.
Yes, it was published on the internet. You just needed a password.
You're fighting with each other. I'm going to throw you both out because I don't have to listen to this. I'm reading something.
Your Honor, this is a red herring. I have a voicemail from Miss Phillips over here saying that she has no problem refunding me my money.
Just a second. I'm reading something. Did you have somebody developing a website for you prior to the defendant?
I had another local...
That's either a yes...
I'm not clear on your question, Your Honor.
My question is very clear. I speak English. I said, did you have another developer prior to hiring the defendant?
I've had several developers.
Right. So the answer is yes. How many?
I would say that I've had 4 websites in the last 4 years. As my company, my business has grown and expanded, the demands of my website have also grown and expanded.
No, that's not what this says. Okay, now you say you have a voice message from her.
Yes, ma'am.
Where she says she is going to refund the deposit that you gave her, which she's opposing in this proceeding. She said she did a lot of work on the website, and she put in hours worth of work.
She didn't. She put up a simple template.
I'm speaking. She said she put in work on your website, and she deserves to be compensated for that. If you went someplace else, that's up to you. So now I'd like to hear the voicemail.
How to respond to that? If you feel so strongly that I haven't done anything for you, then I will refund your money. And I have no problem doing that because that's the type of person that I am.
If you can tell that I'm taking a breath because she clipped that voicemail, she's not playing the full voicemail in context.
I can play the full voicemail if you'd like, Your Honor.
I would.
You obviously just did.
if you talk to each other, I'm just going to throw you both out.
Sorry.
Do you understand?
I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay.
Hi, Constance. This is Elle. I just received your...
No, Your Honor, this is 2.5 minutes. Do you want to listen to the full entirety?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Constance. This is Elle. I just received your email, and I'm a little disappointed, but I just want to get some clarification. First of all, I've spent over 22 hours literally working until midnight trying to get your website complete and ready to go. I just want to express that to you because I have put a lot of time into the site to where it is now. And that does not include phone calls and getting you set up on GoDaddy and making sure that all of that is set up on your end. So I guess my disappointment at this point runs with that you want to pay me $350 for over 22 hours of work. And I'm not really sure how to respond to that. If you feel so strongly that I haven't done anything for you, then I will refund your money. And I have no problem doing that because that's the type of person that I am. But I also want to let you know that if you don't pay me the work that I have put in, I can't make your site live because I have put in significant...
No. Because I have.
I am. But I also want to let you know that if you don't pay me, or at least let me keep the deposit for the work that I have put in, I can't make your site live because I have put in a significant amount of time. I just told you that I was willing to make your site live and get that up and going and eat the rest of any other costs that I would have charged in order to get the IDX up and running. I never told you that I had IDX capabilities. I was depending on you for that. It was my assumption that as a realtor, you had access to the MLS. I have mentioned it a couple times that the only requirement that I needed in order to get the MLS working on your website was a username and password. And we both found out at the same time that you're not willing to pay $150 a quarter for that password access. And if you want me to sign up as a vendor and I'll pay $150 a quarter, I will agree to that, but I'm only going to agree to it for 1 year. Is that I really have put a lot of time into this. So if you could please give me a call back so we can at least talk this out, I would really appreciate it. You can record the phone calls. That is totally fine with me. But I need you to understand that I have put a whole...
That's it, Your Honor.
She was being most reasonable with you, Ms. Kelly.
I understand.
She was being most reasonable with you. She said, I will keep the deposit. You don't have to pay me anything else. I will get your website up and running. We both found out at the same time that there is a fee for MLS of $150 a quarter. I will pay that for the first year, which means she was willing to pay $600 in order to, that's what she says in there. I mean, you were giving me that one clip where it says, I will give you back your money.
I was trying not to waste your time, Your Honor.
Your case is dismissed. We're done. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was a very fair and just decision. I was willing to just bend over backward for her, and she just didn't care. You should absolutely get paid, and you should fight when you need to.
And now, the next case.
All parties in the matter of Knutson versus Beckwith, step forward.
Cleaning service owner Heidi Knutson is suing her former employee, Julie Beckwith, for soliciting clients away from
a contract case. Ms. Knutson, you hired the defendant as an employee with your home cleaning service.
Yes.
What month did you hire her?
That was July of 2018.
And she worked for you until when?
Till April 30th, 2019.
And where was that business?
In Honolulu, Hawaii.
And where did you live?
I lived in Utah at the time.
Had you lived in Hawaii?
Yeah, I was there for 8 years.
So you were running your business long distance?
Yes.
How many employees did you have?
It fluctuated anywhere from 1 to 3.
Did you do home cleaning when you lived there?
I did, yes.
And you had a certain number of clients?
Yes.
So those clients that you had, you turned over to some people first. They didn't work out, and then you hired the defendant to do the same work that you were doing.
Yes, exactly.
Now, you had a contract with her.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Okay.
So what you have is a contract with her that has a non-interference clause with your business. And it reads, the client list, client information, and client contact information are the property of 808 Cleaning, that's your company, and the employee may not use out of the administration of 808 Cleaning. The employee and the employer agree not to publicly defame the other party in the event of termination. Okay, so what happened was she worked for you for about 8 months, and then went out on her own, and I don't know how many, but many of the clients that she was servicing followed her to her
Sort
new
of.
place.
Right.
And so you're suing her for breach of contract.
Yes, but also, I mean, she was very dishonest. She told me she was leaving to start a vacation rental.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How many of her clients came with you?
3.
3. And 19 or 20 stayed with you?
Yes, that's correct.
And 3 decided to go with her?
That I know of. Those are the only ones that have proof.
Well, that's all that counts here. We're in a court.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Cleaning service owner Heidi Knudsen says former employee Julie Beckwith solicited clients away from her business. Julie is countersuing for unpaid work hours.
Okay, you really have to understand, it's not as if you were the CEO of a large company. You had a personal business. You were moving, and what you did was you hired somebody else to clean, and you took a cut. Whatever it is, you took half, and in exchange for that, you got the clients, and you got half. That's what the deal was. And the question is, how many of your clients stayed with you?
About 19 or 20. The total of everything she took added up to about $17,000 a year that she took from my business.
You see, you have a contract, but an unsympathetic position.
She was still working for me when she was telling them about her new business.
Well, you don't know that. You don't have a witness here to tell you.
I do know that. I have text messages.
Oh, I'd like to see.
Okay.
If you have text messages that while she was still working for you, she was soliciting these clients to come to work for her, your case is rock solid.
I have a witness also.
Great. You may have, but how many of her clients came with you? A number.
A few.
Not a number.
3.
3. And 19 or 20 stayed with you?
Yes, that's correct.
And 3 decided to go with her?
That I know of. Those are the only ones that have proof.
Well, that's all that counts here. We're in a court.
Right.
You understand you're in an unsympathetic position for me. Now show me proof that she was soliciting the 3 clients she took from you while she was working for you. She's not allowed to do that. And that's not what she said she did.
She admitted that she did it, Your Honor.
You said you had text messages. I'd like to see it.
Got a little scrambled. This is the one from actually the client here.
Business April 30th?
I gave her a 2-week notice on April 16th, and
4/16.
my last day was the April 30th.
It's dated May 1st.
Yes.
After she left your employment.
However, if you...
I'm going to read it. Okay. It's dated May 1st after she left your employment.
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Okay. This is a very easy... She says, hello, Heidi. I assume that's your first name. She said, I sent this to you on Monday. This is Wednesday. I understand that Julie, so 2 days before she left, but she had given you notice, I understand that Julie is leaving, and we will be getting a new person with your company. So she told them clearly that she was leaving, and a new person would be coming from your company. That's not unreasonable. So far she didn't break anything. She said, goodbye, I will not be coming back. You'll be getting a new person from the company. I'd really like to stay with Julie, as she has come to know our home, a dog, and us so well. I hope you understand, and thank you for introducing us. Please accept this as my notification that we'll be ending services with your company effective this week. Again, thank you for supporting our housekeeping needs, and I wish you much success in the future. That's you.
Correct.
What's wrong with that?
It shows that she was telling everybody about her new cleaning business prior to when
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I live in Hawaii, and you live in Utah, and I don't want you to pick somebody out because I could pick some stranger out to come and clean my house. I mean, don't you understand the logistics of it?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Cleaning service owner Heidi Knudsen says former employee Julie Beckwith solicited clients away from her business. Julie is countersuing for unpaid work hours.
Okay, I still haven't heard that she breached the contract.
She's servicing the clients that were on my client list.
She can service them. She's not allowed to solicit them. It's a free country. They can say, I don't want you to be my cleaning service anymore. I live in Hawaii, and you live in Utah, and I don't want you to pick somebody out because I could pick some stranger out to come and clean my house. I mean, don't you understand the logistics of it? Are you licensed and bonded?
I am.
Okay. You are Adrian.
Yes.
Last name?
Stofko.
You live in Hawaii?
Correct.
How long had the plaintiff been servicing your home?
I would say it's been at least a year, if not more.
Was the plaintiff the person who came?
No. There's maybe 2 to 3 different.
I'd like you to tell me the conversation you had with her in April. Must have been in April, sometime in April.
I travel for work quite frequently, so it's often that I need to coordinate the time that someone will be coming to the home. And in case I'm not there, my husband would need to let them in. And so I had asked her what time next week would she be coming, and she let me know at that point she would not be coming anymore because she put in her 2 weeks' notice.
And what did you say to her?
I asked her, are you moving off the island? Where are you going? And she responded and let me know that she was starting her own company. And to that, I asked her if she would be willing to continue cleaning for us because, again, we really had grown to trust her. I leave the house sometimes when she's cleaning. And because we had kind of a several different folks and we finally had someone consistent that we trusted, I asked her if she'd be willing to continue servicing our home with her new business.
Okay, well, that is somewhat different, actually, than what you wrote in this text. That's a solicitation. That's not saying you will be getting someone from the company to come and service you. And of course, you can have a conversation with her. You can say, can I have your contact information? You probably already had her contact information, so you were free to call her. But what you just testified to is that she said to you, I'm leaving, I'm starting my own company. And
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
How many clients do you have? 3 that you took from her? How many clients do you have altogether now?
I have about 7.
Okay. How much do you pay her?
I pay her once a week. It's $130, and depending upon if there's extras, it can go up to $170 a week.
And a reasonable period of time for a non-compete, I would say, while it's not in here, is a year. And in a year, you pay her at least $5,000 if you're paying her $130 a week.
Correct.
Sometimes more. Well, my limit is $5,000, and that's what you're entitled to. Judgment for the plaintiff. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
What about my countersuit?
For?
Overtime hours. She hired me as an employee.
Goodbye.
And paid me as a contractor.
Please excuse me, step up.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I didn't steal her clients. Her clients decided to not continue with her and to go with me.
I couldn't be happier.
So I didn't ask them to follow me. They said that they wanted to do that.
She knew she was being dishonest.
Ready to be done, move on.